You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal, and this is your August main feed bonus episode. As you can tell from the title, it isn't one of our specified categories like a TV show, movie franchise, or even a sport. This is going to be something a little bit different. We just came back from a summer break, and instead of doing a bonus episode on something that would only last 30 to 45 minutes with a limited number of questions, we thought, why not give you another full game of Triviality to make it 5 for the month instead of 4? So what you're going to be hearing today is audio from a live-streamed event that we did back in April from the Trivia and Games Summit run by our friend Jeff Revilla of the Stuff I Never Knew podcast. All four of us wrote questions, we put together the game, and on the TrivNow app, we played a live stream game to a small selection of listeners and other competitors who were signed up to play this trivia event. You're going to hear the word TrivNow quite a bit. There's going to be calls to click in room codes and go to certain apps and websites. Just ignore all of that because this is an old game, so none of it will be active. And if you would really like to ignore all the filler dialogue in the beginning as we're getting going, waiting for teams to check in and catching up with our friend Jeff, we'll put a start time in the show notes. So if you go to that start time, it will start right with question 1, and you can bypass all of that stuff. However, we just wanted to let you know that we wanted to give you another full game of Triviality for the month as thanks for all of your support. And if you're a Patreon subscriber, you can go right now into your feed at the same time that this drops, and you can actually watch the video version if you'd rather do that, because TrivNow is a video-based streaming platform where you can actually see the questions and pictures and things like that if you don't want to just play on your phone and look at the questions that way. So thank you very much to all of you for your support. We hope you enjoyed this extra long bonus episode today. And for all our Patreon subscribers, thanks for continuing to let us grow. If you want to join them, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. And we will see you next week for a full episode, and next month in September 2022 for back to normal bonus episodes. Thank you very much, and enjoy the game.
Hey everybody, we are back. It's the 9 o'clock hour. We have Triviality. It's closing out day 1 already. We're coming to the end of day 1. Triviality is coming up next. As a reminder, get the TrivNow app. You can play along. We got some prizes coming from Triviality. TrivNow app, you can get it, and there's a code. When you enter the code, it's room number D5EX. And let's bring Triviality up to the stage right now. How's it going, everybody?
Hey, what's going on?
Are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah, we're ready.
Think so.
Yeah,
Is everybody at home ready? That's the question.
That's right. We already have players logged in, ready to go. It's TrivNow. Download. You'll enter the room key D5EX. I'll put it up here on the screen here.
And if you want to play on a desktop, I believe you go to play.trivnow.com. You can play on desktop as well. Same code.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, Jeff, for inviting us. We were telling each other this, and you know this too, but you were, I think, the first show we went on when we first started. You graciously let us be contestants on your show, and we'll forever be thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a blast. We had a couple episodes together. I remember we even had, it was almost, I did a wrestling theme one time. Wrestling versus monster trucks.
I remember that, yeah.
You had to tell me, was it a wrestling move or a monster truck?
That was a great one.
Jeff came on and did a skateboarding bonus with us.
That's right, yeah. I remember
early
that.
on, yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was, I still talk about that episode all the time. Like, hey, look, I actually did really good on that.
You did, I remember that, yeah. I don't think we did so good at the wrestler versus monster trucks. So
no,
it was actually very challenging.
Woefully inadequate at that.
Well, we'll consult the historical record. The TrivNow app, I'm going to pull it up right now on the screen here. There it is. So if you go to TrivNow, get the app. It's available on Android, Apple. I don't. Are Windows phones still a thing? I don't even think so. But
Get it on your Zune.
Yeah, game.com. That's all the key ones.
You can play on desktop as well. And the room code is D5EX. We'll give it another minute or two if anybody else wants to trickle in.
How
Now app.
How are we doing on teams so far, Matt?
We have 7 teams signed up so far.
Good start.
So if you're out there and you haven't signed up, let's go.
Maybe you just like to watch,
Love to have you.
which we won't, knock you for. Maybe you just want to watch us.
We're not judging here.
Let's see. I have it out. I am going to play along.
All right.
And for everybody, I have no knowledge of the questions. I have no access to the questions. And I'm not going to win either. But I just off to a hot start. I want everybody to know that, and you'll confirm that only you know the questions. Nobody else knows them.
That's
That's
correct.
correct.
We put together our thing through Triv now, and Jeff's just piping in the live feed for us. So
We had the Academy Awards firm come out with the questions.
Oh, Ernst
just
and Young,
before,
I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's not one of the questions, though, right?
I don't think any of the answers are La La Land, though.
No, and yeah, for the people at home, it's basically going to be just like our normal format. So it's going to be 2 rounds of 10 questions. The swing round is going to be a little shorter than normal. It's going to be 6 questions, multiple choice. And then we're going to do a final round with wagers. The only difference is on our show, you wager based on the category. But for Triv Now, you're going to be wagering on your confidence of how right you think your answer was, I should say. So just make sure when you wager, it's going to be 0 to 30 like the show. But 0 to 30 on, do I think I got this right, or am I not confident at all? Is that right, Matt?
Yeah, or you just rate the question. If you think it's a good question, 30 points. Right?
Or just give us zeros, but then you might lose
Oh, yeah.
if you get zeros.
We wouldn't want that.
Now, Neil, since we got an extra minute of time before we come in, do you want to play our rules for the crowd?
Oh, yes. Yeah. If any of you heard today, unfortunately, famous comic Gilbert Gottfried passed away, 67 years old. If you listen to our show, you know that he does one of our rules reads. We got him to do a rules read. Was it a year ago, maybe? Maybe more than a year ago?
Way more than a year ago.
Yes, we've been doing this a long time.
Close personal friend that we met on Cameo, if you've ever heard of the website.
Our friend Cameo set us up. But Gilbert did a rules read for us. It's wonderful. We use it all the time. And just to honor him and all that he's done for the world of comedy, film, etc., we're going to play his rules read right now just to give you a little idea of what our show is about. So here you go.
Hi, I'm Gilbert Gottfried. Triviality Podcast is 2 rounds of 20
really
questions.
Put some gusto
worth
into the
10
rules read.
points
He did.
apiece. At halftime, there's a special swing round by this week's host. In the final round, players wager points they've earned for a chance to become the cream of the crop.
There you have it.
There you go.
makes me a little melancholy now.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's still really good.
But we have to continue laughing to honor.
As long as the Chris Hansen one's still
Unfortunately, it
okay.
didn't quite come through over the audio. I think you could hear it in your headphones.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, that's a shame.
So we're just sitting here in silence.
Well, we gave a moment of silence then. That's what I meant to.
It's all right. 30-second moment of silence.
Oh, we tried.
We tried.
All right, shall we kick it off?
Yeah. How you looking there, Jeff? Pretty good?
I'm ready to go. If you are, I'll do what I do best, which is get out of your way and let you do your thing.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, everyone. So just a quick note here. We are going to have some prizes, just depending on if there are any teams out there. I don't know if there's teams playing right now. I know we have about 8 teams here. I'm not sure if it's more than one person, but there are some individual prizes. So one of them is going to be a signed copy of my book coming out in 2 weeks, Being Patrick Swayze, Essential Teachings from the Master of the Mullet. We're also going to have something where a single winner can choose anything from our store. We'll ship it to you. And then maybe some signed notebooks or something, some stickers. We'll see. Or maybe a poster.
Yeah,
So
we got stuff laying around.
we got a lot of stuff to send. Maybe we'll mail Matt to you, and he'll work for your coffee conglomerate.
Yeah. Personal barista for one day.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, all right. We got 7 teams here. We're going to release this first question. We're not sure if there's going to be any lag with the stream, but we'll do our best to stay on top of it. But here comes question 1. So make sure you're looking at your phone.
All right, first question is, what is the only muscle in the human body that is not attached at both ends?
I like that GIF, Neil.
That is
Good choice.
from a wonderful Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Commando.
I just see the meme of it all the time.
It's a great meme.
Isn't it from Predator?
What did I say? Commando? No, that is Predator. I'm sorry. Yes, that is Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Fact-checking Neil.
Yeah, I know.
On a movie knowledge, yeah. It's bold.
I was gonna talk about Alyssa Milano and Don't Kidnap Her and like you carry trees around, but
feeding ice cream to the deer.
But no, that is Predator with Jesse the Body Ventura, Shane Black in an acting role.
I think I know this one, and I don't think it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's bulging bicep.
No, I hope that's still attached at both ends.
All right.
If you lift too much, it gets unattached.
All right, just one more second here. We got 6 teams out of 8 answering, and we're going to end it now. All right. And looks like everyone got it right. 6 out of 8 people. And let's see the answer there.
Tongue.
I didn't realize that it was attached
Something
to both
Jeff
ends.
knows a thing or two about.
Nice way to start the game.
Yeah. With a little bit of tongue.
That's a good way to start.
All right, we're going to move right on. Ken wrote this question, which I thought was very interesting, and I'm going to give it to Ken here.
My questions are all kind of long, except for this one. Coprolalia is the most well-known symptom, but not the only symptom of Tourette syndrome. What is coprolalia? Simple.
Yeah. We pre-tested this ahead of time. I'm pretty sure I got this one. Which was nice. Made me feel good.
Break down that word a little bit.
Oh, I didn't even think
check
about
the Latin, check the Greek.
Yeah, I got to do that more on the show. Just check the Latin. I think that should be like a catchphrase. Check the Latin.
Do you know Latin, Neil?
I don't know Latin.
Do you know the history of Latin? I do.
You do know the history of Latin?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That was my Tom Cruise.
I don't know what this GIF is from, by the way. So I just found it.
Grabbed it.
I typed in symptoms, and that's what came up.
What's that say? Travis?
You need to Google your symptoms.
Oh, it's Travis.
Oh, evidently, yes.
Does it say Travis? I don't know. Anyways, that's time. Make sure you guys get your answers in if you have not yet.
And Matt, are you seeing the answers on your end?
I am, and I'm wondering if some of these are going to be...
Well, we'll do a little score update here. We're going to have Ken check, because it is a very specific answer, I believe, from Ken. And we're just double-checking here, just to make sure everyone gets credit.
Just the one.
All right,
Good.
well,
one.
So Ken, you're saying out of 6 people answering that one actually is the only one who got it. Let's see the answer.
Yeah, a lot were adjacently correct, but it is specifically foul language or cursing, swearing, any of those variations. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that's really interesting. I never knew that was the name for it, but I know a lot of people afflicted with it.
And copro means poop.
Feces.
Yeah.
Does it really?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So
it's poop mouth?
We have some coffee here. Later up, we'll
slinging some stuff.
Enjoy some nice copro. Is that what it is? I don't know. All right. Well, this next question is from me. Hope you guys enjoy this one. In 1990, actor Warren Beatty directed and starred in an adaptation of what American comic strip by Chester Gould, first appearing in 1931 and based on famed federal agent Elliot Ness. He even recruited a famous pop star to join him.
Now, Neil, we just watched this film together, which I'm sure inspired the question.
It did. You're right.
The movie's insane.
It is. It is one of the last movies that we learned to use certain matte paintings and visual tricks before
very
CGI.
Very stylized, this film.
Mm-hmm.
Very stylized. Had some...
No more hints, though.
No more hints. Yeah, we don't want to give... I will say something about Warren Beatty, though. I believe that might be from Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, that's right.
With Faye Dunaway. So another Warren Beatty movie. Warren Beatty is so revered in Hollywood. I bet he could date all of us if he wanted to.
Yeah, I'd date him. Even today.
He's rich, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure he is. I'm going to end the question here. Looks like we got 5 out of 8. Looks like that top one there.
I corrected it.
Oh, great.
It's good.
All right. Well, here is the answer. If any of you have seen the movie Dick Tracy, you'll know that was Warren Beatty. He directed it, starred Madonna, Al Pacino, James Caan was in there. Just huge cast. Huge cast.
And it's all insane.
It had a terrible NES game. Unplayable.
Oh, was it unplayable? Have you played
no
it?
Good. I rented it. I returned it as a 7-year-old. I said, this is no good.
Give me back my paperboy.
Give me Bart versus the Space Mutants or whatever.
You should start your own Angry Video Game Nerd channel.
Oh, yeah. There's not enough of those.
Where you review 30-year-old NES games.
Yeah. It's never been done.
Now, Matt, I believe you wrote this next question.
That's possible.
So I'm going to give it to you. Most likely sports, I'm guessing.
Sometimes there's sports questions. This one is in 2014, Tom Brady was accused of relieving the surface pressure of the game balls used in the AFC Championship game, commonly referred to as Deflategate. Which longtime rival were the Patriots facing off against in this game?
Just made the East Coast mighty angry.
Yeah.
I think. But
Well, you made the Boston area upset by putting Tom Brady in a Bucks.
Well,
that's true too.
I did my best to find a version of Tom Brady where he looked like an imbecile. That was kind of what I was going for. I was trying to find the one with the Bears when he was counting 4 because he didn't know what down it was, but I couldn't find that one.
You didn't want to do the one where he like kisses his child on the buttock or whatever?
I could have done that one too. All right, looks like everyone is in. There seems to be 2 people who aren't answering, but we're just going to have to end it there. And Matt, why don't you tell us a little bit about this game as I release the answer?
A little bit about this game. It was in 2014. The Patriots played against.
Tom Brady was accused of relieving surface pressure.
Yeah, we know you can
They
read.
were
Let's
facing
go.
their arch nemesis, the Indianapolis Colts.
Now, the Indianapolis Colts, they have a very big problem at quarterback. I think they've had not as bad as the Bears, but they've had 14 quarterbacks in the last few years after Andrew Luck retired.
Well, Andrew Luck retired.
They just got rid of Carson Wentz because they didn't like him at all.
He didn't want to play football anymore.
Yeah. So,
smart move.
Definitely a smart move.
I retired last year from football, too, from future considerations.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, I'm glad that you retired so you could do the show.
I retired 2 years ago for fantasy football.
Oh, yeah, I did that, too. It's not fun anymore.
Now, speaking of football, Jeff, you have a family member who plays football.
I do.
We don't have to say what team it's at, but speaking of family.
High school football.
He's a high school football player who's making millions of dollars. But speaking of family, though, Jeff, you wrote a question I think that's related to family, and that's going to be our question 5 here.
Yeah, you got to keep it all in the family. So until 2016, the Happy Birthday song was not for public use, meaning prior to that, the song was copyrighted and you had to pay a license to use it. But I'm interested to know, what if you don't use it for public use? Every year on August 5th, what explorer sings itself a sad, solitary happy birthday?
We know that's a little bit of a longer question. We'll give you an extra 10 seconds or so on this one. So this is pretty fun. I just wanted to say thank you very much to Pub Trivia Experience for leading us in. They did a great job. And we're super excited to check out our friend Carmela Smith with Foreplay, Game Show Ready, live from the Beach Bungalow, PowerPoint Showdown, and of course, Stuff I Never Knew, hosted by Jeff, our old friend. So thank you everyone for joining us today and playing this game.
Neil, you are a professional. Doing your
He's
ad
really a
reads
pro.
live. This is something to see.
I tried. I do love the answer here from our friend Jason Kuntz of Marco Polo.
Still doing it to this day.
It's a really good guess here. All right, I'm going to end the question here. We got, just the last one just entered. Great. All right, looks like we're looking at all the answers here. Matt's going to be correcting any of them that aren't exactly what we were typing in here.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. All right.
Yeah.
And Jeff, what do we got here?
We've got the Curiosity rover, and this is its Earth birthday because it does not track its Martian birthday.
Oh.
So he gets 2 birthdays? That'd be nice.
Well, theoretically. I mean, I don't think we have a calendar for Mars. I think we just use the Earth calendar. But
we'll get there.
I like how you put, but I'm interested to know. It's a nice little clue there. That was curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. And I put this office gift for all of you. I don't know what it's from. It's just like a birthday episode, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It is your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can we check a leaderboard here? Maybe. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to...
We can check the leaderboard. Well, on my phone, I can check the leaderboard.
What are we looking at after 5 questions?
After 5 questions, we got a perfect score from Meow or Never, 50 points. Just
Solid
Jeff didn't cheat, but he's in second place with 30 points. Tim from Pub Trivia Experience and Great Minds Drink Alike also with 30 points. Stranger Danger, 20. Jason Kuntz, our good friend, 10 points. Team Coast to Coast and 8th place team have not answered a question. Or they're just getting them all wrong. But I guess they haven't answered a question.
Maybe they're just watching.
Next one you can answer, though.
Yeah, we believe in you.
All right.
And if you want to jump in, too, you can jump in late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
You might have a little bit of,
Yeah, but you got 30-point wagers on the end.
There you go.
That's true. You can come back, and it's room code D5EX.
Just play for fun.
And thank you to Firebubble85 for chatting in the event chat, so I can see that. I don't know if we can see it on screen, but thank you for shouting out crop tops.
Oh, yeah. We play Pokemon sometimes together. The Pokemon
sweet.
Go.
Awesome.
We go.
Well, let's Pokemon Go right to the next question.
Boo.
It is from me.
It's the polls.
It's the polls. The question is West End Magic is the category. Soon to be celebrating 70 years in London in 2022, what production, known as the world's longest-running play, was written by the famous figure behind the nom de plume Mary Westmacott and was not based on the 3D Rube Goldberg-like board game of the same name?
There's very little that I understood about that question, Neil.
I got the end.
So what's the GIF here, Neil?
I believe it's from a Broadway musical. I don't know for sure. I'm guessing that's 42nd Street. There's a lot of tap dancing going on. It's either that or Chorus Line. So I'm going to go 42nd Street, though. is my guess.
Man, tap dancing really had a moment, didn't it?
It did.
With Stomp?
Well, with Stomp, yeah. When we were in high school, I had to learn tap dance for one of my roles, and it's very hard. I will say that.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. Looks like we got everyone.
Something that seems easy is usually hard.
Well, yeah, when people are really good at it, it looks effortless.
Tappa.
And I'm going to tap the end question button here. Someone guessed Clue. I think that was Jeff. Great guess. But the actual answer is The Mousetrap. Now, The Mousetrap is written by Agatha Christie, and her pseudonym is Mary Westmacott. She wrote about 6 romance novels aside from her detective novels. So that's that clue right there.
Does
for
the
you.
man fall into the bathtub in the musical as well?
Well, I've never seen it. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. Because I really want to see this show, though. It's really famous. It's been there forever. It looks like our next question is going to be coming from Matthew. And the category is margaritas and music.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt. Oh.
Matt, our friend Matt. You got to ask this question.
I don't know if you can even see the categories, but I put margaritas and music. I thought it was a good one for you.
That is a decent one. So the question is, a sports coat is mentioned in the title of the 1957 rock and roll hit single A White Sport Coat and a Pink Carnation by Marty Robbins. The title, however, was later adapted by Jimmy Buffett for his 1973 album A White Sport Coat and a Pink what?
It's got to be
no idea.
Right?
No.
However, I have a guess.
Now, there is a Clint Eastwood movie that starts with pink and has a second word after. It's not what the clue is looking for here, but it's a movie that I'm not really a big fan of. It's about a car that he drives, but I don't think it's going to help anyone.
Getting a lot
Gran
of pink answers.
Actually, we're getting a lot of answers that are the movie I'm thinking of, which is funny. So everyone else has the same thought process as I do.
Give a few more seconds here due to longness of the question. Length, as some would call it.
Most, in fact.
Yeah, most, yeah, everyone.
I think we got all 6 people playing.
All right, so I was thinking of Pink Cadillac, the Clint Eastwood movie, which a couple of you put in there. Some of you put in Pink Flamingo, great movie by John Waters.
Mm-hmm.
Watched when I was like 5 years old with my mom. And then someone said Umbrella, but no one got it correct, Matt, because...
Pink crustacean.
Patrick Starfish.
Oh, yes. Can you do a Patrick Starfish impression?
I cannot.
Okay. A little disappointed.
Get the guy from Coach.
I believe
We
starfish
should get the guy from Coach. You're right.
echinoderms?
Echinoderms?
Ooh, is that true?
Not crustaceans?
I like cephalopods.
I don't know what I'm
echinoderms.
saying. I could be wrong.
So this next question is brought to you by Being Patrick Swayze, Essential Teachings for the Master of the Mullet. It's coming out in 2 weeks. I could use all the help I can get for orders 30 days before and 30 days after it comes out. So it's going to be everywhere, but I can send you a link. Go to our website, trivialitypodcast.com/Swayze. But this question is coming from Ken.
Oh, really? I thought it was okay.
Or this might be Matt's question. I can't remember.
This is not my question.
I'm just going to give it to Ken, though.
No, you just read the question now.
All right. So the phrase "Stay Gold, Pony Boy" is an iconic line originally said in the 1983 film The Outsiders. The quote comes from a poem entitled "Nothing Gold Can Stay" by which American poet?
You guys are really good at this live stuff. I'm getting the feeling.
Live stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not like, just randomly throwing around questions or,
Yeah, we know who's going to ask
we know
the
exactly
questions
what we're
in the
doing.
order. Listen, I've been on Twitch upwards of 3 times. So.
There you go.
You're a pro.
Yeah, you're becoming very experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And the times to hour comparison, where would Malcolm Gladwell say you are in the process?
I am not near 10,000 hours.
You logged on once.
I am an outlier. Oh, Weird Al. I like that answer.
That is a good answer. All right. Well, we have 6 out of 8, which seems to be the amount of teams that we have here. And Matt, what's the answer?
The answer is Robbie Frost.
Bob Frost.
Bobbert Frost.
Bob Frost and his friend Jimmy Kahn from The Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have any of you ever read Robert Frost?
Some of his works, yeah.
Just a little. I just read him in high school.
It's easy to read a poem, as long as it's not like the Iliad.
That's true.
Beowulf.
Or Beowulf, yeah, or the Odyssey. That's not one that you want to just like pull up on your phone and on your lunch break.
A quick poem.
I feel like select poems. The Odyssey.
Yeah.
Look at it with your ham sandwich, and then all of a
I
sudden
often
the day's
read
over.
poetry on my lunch breaks.
In the quad?
No.
What's that guy doing over there in the quad? Oh, he's reading poetry.
He's so sensitive.
Ken, this next question is from you.
Are we sure?
I am sure this time.
Got him.
Right.
The category is
Bring it up.
little roles is the category.
Little roles.
That doesn't help. You made all the categories.
What English actor began his film career as a voice actor in the UK dub of the Studio Ghibli film The Secret World of Arrietty? He's best known for playing a young dancer on stage, a video game protagonist in film, and a masked superhero.
Great question here from Ken. Matt, according to the Secret World of Arrietty, I think that was Jake Arrieta's World Series run as pitcher for the Chicago Cubs. Is that right?
Yeah, he was a little Arrietty in that series.
He was, and he's a big Pilates guy here.
A big beard guy.
Yeah, and Ken, you
Beard
were Jake
oils.
Arrieta for Halloween.
Yeah, when he was between contracts. I was Jake Arrieta on the street asking for a contract.
Yeah.
He said we'll pitch for food.
Yeah, and looks like some
He was hard up for a while there.
He was.
Was he?
No.
We'll pitch for money. Eddie did.
That's the time. How's the answer? How are the answers looking there?
We got a couple of right ones.
Got a couple? And the correct answer was, of course, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Looks like we had Hugh Grant in there as a choice. Willem Dafoe.
Oh, we had another Spider-Man.
We had Andrew Garfield. Yeah, you're right.
Andrew Garfield.
How do you feel about the Spider-Man? Anyone have a favorite?
Who's your favorite
They're all
Spider-Man?
perfect in their own way.
I really love...
But I like the new movies the best.
The new movies are great. I love Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but I like Tom Holland's Peter Parker, and also Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. Yeah,
I would
I
agree.
like them all.
I like that take.
I think Tom Holland is the best round Spider-Man.
He gives you everything you
A
need.
very good Nathan Drake.
But he also has a lot of support from Marvel.
He does. And Ken, actually, you're talking about Marvel. You have one more question here for Marvel.
Speaking of Marvel heroes, how many unique words does the character Groot speak in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film? So that is, how many individual words does he say? But not all together, obviously. Unique words.
Yeah.
And Groot played
how
by...
How many words is his vocabulary?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel plays him, right? Who I believe also has the same amount of vocabulary that Groot does.
Oh.
And also loves family.
This is family.
As much as Jeff.
Love the little baby.
Time
Groot
is a
here.
flat circle when you really think about it.
All right, looks like everyone is in, and looks like it kind of split the board here.
I'm expecting to see a lot of 3s and 5s.
And Ken, between those two numbers, what's the correct answer?
The correct answer is 5. So I think I got a few people here because at the end he says we are Groot as well.
So you have
Two
I
Groots.
am Groot, we are.
Yep.
Groot. Yes.
All right, well, that's the end of the first round. So, Matt, do you want to, after checking scores here, do a little bit of a leaderboard check?
Yeah, let's do a leaderboard check. Still in first place, it's Meow or Never. In second, we have Tim from the Pub Trivia Experience. We have Great Minds Drink Alike in third with 40. Just Jeff with 30, along with Stranger Danger, Jason Kuntz, and no one else is playing.
So it looks like we have 6 teams total then, because I don't think Team 7 or 8, Team Coast to Coast, or 217 are answering.
Eject them.
I don't know if we can, but...
We can't.
All right, don't eject them.
So for our swing round today...
Jump in whenever you want, guys.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become? Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Well, before we get to the swing round, if you don't know who we are, which I'm assuming everyone in the room does, we do.
My name's Matt.
That's Matt. That's Ken.
Oh, yeah.
That's Jeff. Neal. And we brought the Theracane for today. Jeff, it's right next to you over there, which we always have coffee and we always have knots in our back. Yeah, so I have a Theracane here. We're usually in the studio
The
for
fifth
6
member of Triviality.
6 or 7
this
hours.
prop was going to be used.
I thought about it just looking at it right now, but
I like how Macho Man is sitting next to the Theracane, but the thing you decided to bring up was the Theracane.
So we release a new episode every Tuesday, about an hour. You get about 35 questions. We have a bonus episode every month on the main feed, and if you support us on Patreon, like so many wonderful people do, you get 2 extra bonuses a month. There's Macho Man. We do general knowledge trivia every week, just like at the pub. And you can also do some bonus episodes on things like Community, The Office, Game of Thrones, all that good stuff. So just make sure to check us out. If you haven't, give us a listen, just like all the other wonderful shows that are on today's stream. But Ken, why don't you explain what the swing round is today? It's 6 questions, a little bit different than normal.
Sure, yeah. So basically we found movie monsters or aliens, and we want to know what their Achilles heel is. So what is their weakness that ended up weakening or destroying them.
Mm-hmm.
So a good example would be if it was a werewolf, you would say silver bullet
or silver.
Right. So something like that.
Cross.
Exactly.
Kristen Stewart.
For vampires.
Exactly. Box office. Or I guess that wouldn't have killed Twilight. That would have made him stronger. But
Morbius.
Yeah.
Morbius would be the box office. Yeah.
Basketball team.
Yeah, exactly. For these questions, you're going to have a shorter time period. You're going to have 20 seconds. So just make sure you lock in within 20 seconds. So here's the first one. I'll let Ken kick it off.
And these are going to be multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
The Mars Attacks Aliens, country music, computer virus, nuclear weapons, or Jack Nicholson? What destroys the aliens ultimately?
Now, do you remember this Tim Burton movie when it came out?
Great movie.
Did you see it in the theaters at all?
I don't think I saw it in the theaters, no.
I can't remember if I did either.
I can say I've never seen it.
Oh, you're missing out.
I'll have to put it on
The
my
ship
very
might have
long
sailed.
list.
All right, we got an answer here.
Everyone is in.
And the answer is country music.
And how does that work? You said they were playing it over a speaker or something?
Yeah, they were just like broadcasting it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And their heads explode, if I recall.
It also happened to Ken one time.
Jeff says that this is a great pinball game, too.
Ooh, I didn't know that. There are some really good pinball games. Like, was
Oh,
it
I
the
forgot about that. It
WWE
was a good
one?
one.
Or the Addams Family is a great pinball
The
game.
Terminator one.
Terminator's awesome as well.
Great one.
I'm a big fan of Captain Fantastic in real life.
Okay.
This next question, I'll just take, if you don't mind, Ken. It's Spielberg related. And this is going to be the tripods from War of the Worlds. Not specifically Spielberg, could be H.G. Wells overall. But the choices are the American military, Tom Cruise, seen there on the right, diplomacy, or common pathogens.
What kills the aliens?
Now, the reason I love this Spielberg version is the noise that they make is very haunting.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's really creepy.
Yeah, it was well done.
All right, looks like everyone is in. And it looks like almost everyone got it right. It's common pathogens. The aliens drink some of our water, and they got just our bacteria.
Just can't handle how sickly humans are.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, Jeff, how long has it taken for us to get over just the normal everyday bacteria?
Normal
For
immune
hundreds of
systems.
years.
Well, it's a gradual process.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's constantly changing. Have you learned nothing from the pandemic?
I've learned nothing from the podcast.
Okay.
In
That's
general.
fair. Both.
Now, Ken, I know you like this movie a lot, so why don't you take this one?
All right. The aliens. I said I liked it a lot. The aliens from Signs. What was their weakness?
Why don't you have baseball bats as well?
Wildlife, water, Earth's atmosphere, fire.
Well, Ken will explain why there's no...
Yeah, so the baseball bats, I mean, like, you know, it's not like they're
Everything
Achilles
can be
heel.
weak to a baseball bat.
That's true.
But how are we doing on answers? Good?
All good?
All right, the answer to this one is water. I believe he swings the baseball bat into a glass of water, and the water burns the alien.
And that was Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin,
The kid left the water all around the house
And then he
because he
falls.
knew that one day the aliens would come in.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
he
right.
had
that's
an
right.
asthma attack because he knew one day he would need to not breathe for a little bit.
Same reason I have a moat.
And this is the M. Night Shyamalan movie starring a young Abigail Breslin.
And a young Mel Gibson.
And a young Mel
Younger
Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Just everyone was very young when they made this movie. They're all toddlers.
Hot off of What Women Want, I believe.
Yeah, good Nancy Meyers movie. All right. Was the Groot question meant to be 5 points instead of 10?
I don't believe so.
I don't. Yeah, it should have been 5 points for the swing round, but
No, Groot should have been 10.
Groot's 10.
Groot's 10. Oh, because it was
10
normal.
points, yep.
Yeah, it should have been 10. Yes, that's correct. Because that was number 10 in the first round.
Yep.
So this next question is a movie that actually just had a sequel, and I believe there's a third one in development. I don't know if Jeff or Matt want to take it.
Is it A Quiet Place?
It is A Quiet Place.
So the monsters from A Quiet Place.
Oh.
What did them in?
What's their deal?
What's
Jim
their
from
weakness?
The Office?
Yeah. Smirks at the camera.
High frequency audio, smoke, sunlight. What don't they like?
Now, if Jim from The Office killed you, would it just be with like a glare?
Prank you to death.
Oh, I guess he
Oh,
would prank
yeah.
you, right?
Put your
He puts his,
put the
he
monster,
put the monster
in Jell-O.
stapler in Jello.
So it looks like, what do we have here, Matt's? About 5 out of the 8 got this correct, or 6 out of the 8?
It's out of, there's 6 people playing. You
4
can
out of
say
the
it's
6?
Yeah.
And the answer?
High frequency audio.
Yeah. Yep. I don't have anything to say about that, really.
Yeah, good movie, though.
That movie did
Makes them
go...
recoil.
I was in a theater...
The second one, real tease, because they
it-
show Jim repeatedly in all the trailers, and then something happens to him immediately.
Ooh, okay.
Spoiler.
I saw the first one in the theater with all teenagers. It wasn't planned that way, but it was...
Did you call him Jim?
It's Jim.
That's his character.
A lot of people
Jim
in the
Halpert
theater.
in Signs.
This
Quiet Place.
This next one is sort of a famous monster, if you wouldn't say, sort of the antithesis of the Predator, based on the designs of H.R. Geiger. You might know it as the Xenomorph from Alien or Aliens, the Alien franchise.
Oh, cool.
So what killed the alien, the Xenomorph? Was it a spaceship crash, an android intervention, suffocation, no breathing, for all our, what's the band's name?
Papa Roach
fans, or Sigourney Weaver's
badassery?
I can't believe we did that.
This
Actually, I
is
can't believe we
in
did that. That's on
Alien 1, correct? The first Alien? we're
Technically
referring to.
both Alien or Aliens.
Not
yeah.
Alien v Predator. That's its own kind of thing.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's correct. I saw that movie in the theater too. It looks like all of our answers are in, and unfortunately, no points.
Oh.
We did kind of trick you early on, but one of them was going to be the actor. So the first one, Ripley sent the Xenomorph out of the airlock, which got caught into an engine and ended up burning. And then the second one, if you remember, Ripley had the big arms and machine thing and was fighting her and says, "Get away from her, you." I don't know if we can say it on the
cuss
stream.
word.
Hey, you, get your hands off
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Nope, wrong movie.
The TBS version.
How would Crispin Glover talk to the Xenomorph in that scene? Like,
Hey, you, get your dang alien tongue off of her. How's that?
that's perfect. That was
not bad.
exactly what I was wanting for.
That was exactly as droll as you needed to be.
910 Comedy or 910 Comedy said, I need to watch more movies. Those are good movies, the first two at least. So you got
this would be a good kind of
good franchise to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got Ridley Scott and then James Cameron. Then you got Jean-Pierre Jeunet from Amélie, and then you got David Fincher. And
Yeah, it's surprising that the directors that were tapped for these projects.
yeah, exactly. But speaking of aliens, though,
The evolving alien in evolution evolves beyond its body. David Duchovny, heroes shrink down and destroy from within, or shampoo.
Was this
What
the
do you
one
think?
with the Make 7 Up Yours guy?
Yeah.
Orlando Jones,
Yeah.
not Osmosis Jones.
I was going to say, wasn't he also Osmosis Jones, though?
That was Chris Rock, I believe.
Chris Rock.
Oh.
All right. We have our answers
slappy
in.
Chris Rock.
Get your name out of his mouth. Your mouth.
That's why I couldn't remember it.
Noted slappy is what he'll be from now on.
So, Ken, what did these aliens in here?
It was shampoo, due to a specific element present in the shampoo.
Oh, I thought they just didn't like hygiene.
Well, that ends our swing round here. So we'll go back to Matt for the leaderboard. I do want to say, though, I believe Shampoo is a movie starring Warren Beatty as a callback to one of the earlier questions. So I don't know if it was exactly the movie that killed these aliens.
No, it was Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders. Mm-hmm. TM. So what's the leaderboard looking like, Matt?
Meow or Never at 100 points, which I think is probably a perfect score for so far. Doing great. Tim Pub Trivia Experience with 80. Great Minds Drink Alike with 60. Just Jeff 50. Stranger Danger 45. And our friend Jason Coons 40 points.
All right. And Tim, you said it was from Pub Trivia Experience.
Yeah, he was just playing.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we enjoyed their round there and just listened to their latest episode on Spotify. So definitely give them a check out.
Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We're going to hopefully do a crossover with them at some point. But this question here is going to start the second round. I told the guys I did this research. It probably shouldn't have taken this long, but I did it for about an hour because I was just really curious because of Hollywood history. But I think you're going to enjoy it. It's multiple choice. As of this date, April 12th, 2022, there have been 94 films to win the Best Picture Oscar at the Academy Awards. Of those 94 films, what setting, American, international, or fictional, do most of the films take place?
Oh.
It's a solid question.
I like it.
Thank you.
Okay. This is a little bit of a freaky gif, if I do say so myself.
It is.
I did not realize they were moving.
I don't love the Oscars dancing.
Was this a performance in one of the Oscars?
I believe so.
Ceremonies?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is when they invited all the celebrity sleep paralysis demons to come perform.
They are like suspiciously rigid for how much they're moving.
And that is time. So what is the answer, Neil?
All right, so when you're talking about movies, a lot of them do take place in foreign cities, but it is actually American cities and states. Wow. And just for the record, 53 of those films are from American cities and states and 41 from international. Or 40, excuse me, because one of them is from, where's Lord of the Rings take place?
Middle Earth.
Middle Earth, which is the fictional one. Yeah.
New Zealand.
There's only one fictional
that I found. Yeah,
Wow.
one that is at least based
Best
on,
Picture
not
winner.
based on a.
What a shame.
Yeah,
Not based on an actual
city.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was really fascinating. So it started up very international, and then it just became really American. And New York City, by the way, the top city shown in the movies at the Oscars. But here's the next question from Ken.
All right. Amon Amarth is a Swedish death metal band that borrows its name from a famous location in fantasy fiction. Amon Amarth is the name in the fictional language Sindarin. But what is the name in plain English, which also suits death metal?
That's a pretty metal question, Ken.
Pretty metal.
I like it.
Gotta get some metal in there. I enjoyed the gift too from Stranger Things.
Oh, you're welcome. I
Dressed as
tried
a
to find something that was along those lines.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
It is tough. That's why we're given all the hints that it's fantasy, fictional languages, Sindarin. So hopefully we can figure this out, people.
Got about 10 seconds, everyone, before we close out the answers. Looks like we got a bunch of them coming in here. 3, 2, 1.
And how'd they do?
Everyone's in.
We have one correct
All right,
answer.
one correct. The answer is Mount Doom.
A couple people were on the
From
right
Lord of the
path,
Rings.
saying things like Mordor, but no,
Close,
it's Mount
close,
Doom.
close. Yeah.
Yeah, they were very close. And a lot of hard work there to get that answer. And speaking of work, Jeff, this next one is after a group close to your heart.
Rihanna?
No, because you got to go to work. Like Fifth Harmony, you too might be working from home as a result of the pandemic. But according to physics, it doesn't matter where you are. Work is the product of which two forces?
This is a Jeff question.
Recording and editing, right? Those are the two forces.
Technically does not count as work. Could have fooled me.
It's work for me.
You
I
pay
do
for-
enjoy it. It's a fun job, but still a job,
Yeah.
as Cypress Hill likes to say. Right?
As Cypress Hill does like to say, that is correct.
Also, when editing the podcast, you go a little insane in the membrane. So
This one's given a little bit of trouble as well, I believe.
We got some right answers coming in though.
All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. What are we looking like here, Matt? Looks like a couple people were close.
Yeah, a couple people got it right. We're looking. What's the answer there, Jeff?
we're looking for force and distance. So, or properly force and the cosine of distance. But
Yeah.
Close enough.
Now,
Close
did
enough.
Great Minds Drink
That's
Alike get that one right?
I did.
Oh,
I
great.
corrected
okay,
it.
because it looks like it was just written the right way. So,
Yep.
This next one, Matt, is actually from you. A little bit of a scary one.
Oh, a scary question we got right here. Opening in 1910, the Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky is regarded as one of the most haunted locations in the United States. The hospital held between 40 to 50 patients and opened to manage an influx of white plague or patients suffering from which affliction?
Well, I don't like the sound of it. It doesn't sound good.
To have the white plague?
Yeah.
No, I would imagine
Most
any
plagues,
plague. Yeah.
Or wearing affliction shirts.
Like the one ghost hunter.
Dude, we're going to see some goats.
Goat hunter,
That'd be pretty cool, though. Meh.
ghost goat hunter.
Looks like we got a lot of answers here. And what's the correct one, though, Matt?
We were looking for tuberculosis.
Yeah, we got a lot of
That's
syphilis.
the white plague. I would have thought that was the red plague.
Got a rabies. So that's good.
We got some rabies.
Yeah, we got some rabies here.
Great job.
So this next one was inspired. I was just recently in New York, and I got a chance to see The Music Man. So that's what it's going to be about. So Meredith Wilson's The Music Man, currently on Broadway with Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster, takes place in River City, Iowa, but features a song about what other American Midwestern town that was founded by a steel company in 1906 and Janet Jackson once called home.
That gif of Wolverine is ridiculous.
It's funny. So the day after we went, there was a show. Someone recorded a guy in the front row gave Hugh Jackman sort of like one of those big hands, the foam hands, but it was Wolverine's claws, and he put it on and like did this to the audience.
I saw that.
It was really funny.
Somebody said they love the category.
Thanks,
What's the
Firebubble.
category name on this one, Neil?
The category name is Midwest Charm.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And which Wolverine is this gift from based on his rippedness?
From Origin?
I think it's from Origin.
Yeah,
too.
it does kind of look like Origin. We got about 3 seconds.
That one stinks.
Yeah.
And questions ending here. So it looks like Tim from Pub Trivia Experience, you put Pittsburgh, which is Jeff's hometown, but a bunch of people did get the correct answer, which was Gary, Indiana. If you remember the movie, Little Ron Howard in the original 1962 movie was going, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. I can't remember the lyrics, but he lisps.
Plus, Gary, Indiana still has Home of the Jacksons.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, on their the sign when you enter.
Now, were all the
and
Jacksons
when you leave
from
you go
Gary,
right
Indiana?
through it.
I believe
family.
Most of them were, yeah. Next stop, though, Neil.
And that's going to be Jeff on this one.
It's hard to say which element is the most radioactive, as all elements higher than atomic number 84 are unstable. The highest measured radioactivity comes from which element named after the modern country that Marie Curie was born in?
Well, that's a good question, too.
Thank you.
I
lot of clues.
found this GIF. I've never seen this sketch, but it's Jason Sudeikis.
I don't study this table. I just study it periodically.
Pretty funny.
That's too smart to be an SNL sketch.
It is. You're right.
It
Where's
feels like that's me. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm being called out.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
Yep. But that's okay. Because I, too, love to stare at the periodic table.
I think a lot of these people have been staring at it because we got a lot of right answers coming.
We do. We got about 3 seconds left. 2, 1, and yep. For everyone who answered, it looks like almost all of them are correct, Jeff. Because what is the correct answer?
Yeah, while she was technically born in the Russian Empire, the modern country would be Poland, the namesake of polonium.
Albanionium, not the answer.
Close,
but,
though.
I really appreciate it.
Albanionium. Yeah, that sounds like an element, though. And speaking of elements, I was trying to do a segue for this question, but I can't figure it out. Matt?
Oh, we'll hit you with the element of surprise then.
Nice.
He landed it.
Yeah, totally. In the year 2000, the Clay Mathematics Institute issued the Millennium Problem, which, despite its name, was not one problem, but actually a magnificent set of questions that each had a 1 million bounty to the first mathematician that could solve them. How many of these unsolved problems made up the Millennium Problem?
The question is, Matt, do you know if any of them have been solved?
I think one of them has, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think for sure one, possibly two.
And I believe
I'm gonna get to work on those.
They did not take the prize money.
Yeah.
Fool.
No, I mean, they do
What's
it for
the point of higher learning if you can't earn money?
Cash out.
tenure.
Oh, okay.
They did get tenure. That's true.
Pretty sure if you're like, I solved one of these,
Matt Damon solved
you
it.
just get tenure.
All right, what is the answer, Matt?
If we're looking for a
Think you
magnificent
dropped a
number,
pretty big hint there, yeah.
we're going to be looking for the Magnificent 7 questions.
That is right. The answer is 7. And it looks like, let's
What's
see.
your favorite one, Matt?
Miller TJ19 said,
can't-
I'd be
don't make me
ashamed as a
choose.
chemist if I got this wrong.
My favorite one is the one with the X's and the Y's and
Mm-hmm.
divided
Cosines.
cosine.
All those different characters. Ken, you're here on the
Highlander.
second one here, or the next question, I'd say. The category is Odobenus rosmaris. Is that correct, Ken?
It sounds correct.
Okay. I don't know if I pronounced that correct, but
The plot of what film was derived from a discussion on the Smodcast podcast about an ad on Gumtree seeking a roommate who could live rent-free pending some odd stipulations. This bizarre body horror film features performances by Michael Parks and Justin Long. And just so you know, Gumtree is the UK equivalent of Craigslist.
okay. And that's actually a GIF from the company Gumtree I found.
Okay.
That's pretty funny.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's correct, but that's what I found.
Gumtree ad.
A Gumtree ad.
I
Let's see.
think Mr. Kuntz is a big fan of this movie because he answered in like 3 seconds.
Now, Sherry
loves
Meyer
this movie.
commented, Jeff, I believe this was on your question. Good clue with magnificent. Was that in your question?
Oh, that was Matt's question.
That was Matt's
my
question.
That's the
I
way
will
that
not
I write
steal credit.
questions. I like to have lots and lots of clues.
And that is time, and the correct answer is Kevin Smith's Tusk.
Kevin Smith did that?
Kevin Smith
Yeah.
did Tusk, yeah. He was
He-
on a weird kick for a while there.
Human Centipede is a good guess.
So is Body Snatcher's Electric Boogaloo. And Rosemary's Body. Not her
Oh,
baby, but
that's
just her
funny.
body.
I like it.
I think I've seen that
This is a
one.
good prequel.
It was. So we're reaching the
That was on
the
after
46-minute
11
mark here. We're almost.
And that scientific word, that's the category name, that is
Oh.
the walrus.
Yeah, and here I'll just go back to it here.
I
It
am the
is Odobenus rosmaris is the clue there. Or the-
Odell Beckham, Pete Maravich.
Yeah, exactly. We're reaching, let's see, we're at about 46 minutes here. We're almost done with the second round. We'll have our final round, but thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We've had a blast so far. It's only our second time really doing this as a group, so hope to do it a lot
Yeah,
more.
thanks for joining us.
Jason Kuntz, it is a really weird movie. You are correct.
Is it the weirdest movie ever? I don't know. Find out. We talk about a very weird movie on an upcoming episode of Triviality Podcast.
Yeah.
So
We do.
Street trash.
Oh, Street Trash.
Street Trash. Yeah, go check out Street Trash. If you haven't seen it, don't watch the streaming version because it's censored. You want to get the Blu-ray from Amazon.
Garbage Pail Kids.
This next one is from me. Beginning in 2003, what British comedy panel quiz show was first hosted by Stephen Fry, is currently hosted by Sandy Toksvig, and features permanent panelist Alan Davies alongside guests answering interesting questions revolving around different letters of the alphabet each series?
I do love me some Alan Davies, but I think even more so, I could just have Mary Berry saying Soggy Bottom on repeat to soothe me to sleep.
Yes, Mary Berry is a national treasure.
Now, is this British baking show?
That is.
Is Berry her real last name, or is it because she's a baker?
No, her last name is Berry, Berry. Yeah. Michael Mott commenting here. I don't know. David Lynch has quite the filmography.
That's
he does.
true.
So does David Cronenberg.
Yep.
Videodrome,
yeah.
Crash.
Who did The Fly?
David Cronenberg.
That was Cronenberg, yeah. That's what I thought.
All very normal movies.
All right. Well, we have a lot of guesses here. One I probably shouldn't read from our illustrious leader here. But one very close, though. Meow or Never, you were very close. You put IQ, but you just had to switch that around because it is QI, which stands for quite interesting.
It's because they drive on the other side of the road.
Probably, you're right.
That's why.
Because I'm guessing they're American. Maybe they just didn't know. They put it backwards.
In fact, that was originally going to be in the name of our show, but we decided that we couldn't also be quite interesting. So
we're not. No.
We're just the show with a lack of seriousness.
Now, Jeff, this last question of round 2 is all yours.
Indeed. Classic me going geography. Brazil dominates the physical makeup of South America. In fact, it borders all but 2 other nations. Which 2 countries does Brazil not share a border with in South America?
If I knew a thing about geography, I might be able to answer this.
A modern Simpsons gif.
I think I know one of them.
Oh, is this from the modern? I didn't know. I just picked one. Is this from the modern era?
It's not funny, and I've never seen it, so I assume it's from from a later episode.
I love your decisiveness on the matter.
All right. And it looks like we got about 12 seconds here. Sherry Meyer commented, we've been watching episodes of Pointless, and I was telling a colleague who told me all about QI. I could not remember the name. This convo happened last week. That's okay. We don't even remember what happened 49 minutes and 15 seconds ago when we started this. So, All right. Looks like all the answers are in. And Jeff, please educate us because only one person got this right, Meow or Never.
Yep. So that would be the countries of Chile and Ecuador.
And I was wrong.
Yep. Yeah, no, Brazil touches every other country in South America except for those 2.
We had a lot of Chile, not a lot of Ecuador.
Yeah, that's the one. Argentina is a big buffer for that. But yeah, Ecuador is cut off by Peru, I think, and maybe one other country. So
now we're going to be going to the final round here just in a minute. But Matt, why don't we check the scores and then we can maybe say a few things before we get to this final round.
All right. Meow or Never, 140 points. Kuntz moving all the way up to second with 90 points. Great minds drink alike. Tied for second with 90. Tim, Pub Trivia Experience with 80. Stranger Danger, 75. Just Jeff with 70. And Nope scores otherwise.
And why is it not a big deal if someone isn't in second or third place right now?
Oh, because you can wager up to 30 points on all of the questions.
As long as you have the points.
As long as you have the points. Now, our normal show, if you listen, we wager based on the categories. Matt usually gives us ones that don't make any sense, but we have to try and wager. But in this case, it's going to be a little bit different, right, Jeff?
yeah, it's going to be a confidence vote.
Right. So if you think you know it and you want to try to swing for the fences, put 30 down. Maybe you want to put 25, depending what your level of certainty is. But if you don't think you know it, maybe put a 0, maybe put a 5.
Just or like 29. Science. The app does the math, so we don't have to worry about it.
Swing away.
Swing away. Exactly. Just like Joaquin. So this is our final round. So we got 5 questions. You're going to be wagering, as we said, a confidence vote. I'll take the first one here. It's in the category of smart career choices. And here's your question. Who am I? I played Jeannie Bueller in the short-lived Ferris Bueller TV show. My first starring film role was in 1993's Leprechaun, and my massive career took off 1 year later when I burst through a coffee shop in a wedding dress on a TV show that would eventually give me $1 million an episode by the end of its 10-year run.
Didn't know she was in Leprechaun. And I've seen Leprechaun. I don't know how that's possible.
I got $1 million each Triviality episode as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. I need to renegotiate my contract.
I was like, which currency is that in?
I get $1 million.
Bitcoin.
Doll hairs.
Yeah, that might be it.
5 years ago, he agreed to be paid in Bitcoin, so
I didn't read
inflation.
I didn't read the contract close enough.
All right, all the answers are in,
and all the answers are right.
Yeah, we got a social, just like our friend Jay Borsum. So everyone, the answer is megastar Jennifer Aniston. So she was in Leprechaun. So if you got a chance to see it, I believe this GIF is actually from the original Leprechaun. But yeah, she starred in a horror movie. She also was an uncredited cameo in, oh man, now I'm forgetting the name. There's a weird dance scene in the middle of it. It'll come to me. Sorry.
Super Mario movie.
Super Mario movie, yeah. This next one is from Jeff.
All right. Originally considered an eyesore by many locals, which now beloved world-famous landmark was only saved from being dismantled in 1909 by being utilized as a radio tower.
Misleading, nice misleading GIF here.
Oh, yeah, I thought so. I just got it. She was in Mac and Me. There's a really weird dance scene at a McDonald's. She's sitting on the curb clapping along with everyone.
Was that the movie that Paul Rudd always plays the clip from?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you know he did it on Conan's podcast? He played the audio from it.
He's so believable, too, because he sounds genuine, because he's like such a nice guy.
Paul Rudd, handsome, genuine, all the things I would like to be.
Yep.
Maybe one day, Jeff.
Aspirational living.
All right, all the answers are locked in.
So the answer to this location is not in Rome, as Neil would have you believe from the GIF.
No, it's actually in Paris. It is the Eiffel Tower.
It is the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, much maligned by Parisians for a long time, but a huge tourist destination now.
And I believe there's an apartment at the top for the designer where you can check out. They have like statues in there.
I believe I've heard that, but I can't confirm.
Still living there.
He doesn't get around as much as he used to.
Playing video games at his mom's place. Ken wrote this next question, which I had a lot of trouble with personally, so I'm curious to see how everyone else does it. It is a hard one, but it's a really good question. Ken, feel free to take it away.
What actor, director, etc. just became the first figure to be nominated in seven different Oscar categories as of the Academy Awards held in 2022 for the films of 2021? So that was the last ceremony. This actor, director, etc. finally got 7 different Oscar nominations. Not all in one year, but throughout his career.
Is that Zendaya?
That'd be very impressive.
Oh, that is Zendaya, yes.
What a delight. I imagine she too will eventually get 7 nominations in different categories. Yeah.
Good.
Fully anticipate that.
We got one correct answer coming in here. Another good guess by Stranger Danger. Jason Kuntz, thank you for guessing that, even though it was incorrect.
And that is time.
That's good.
The answer is Sir Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh, director of last year's Belfast and the delayed Death on the Nile. But yeah, an actor, writer, director.
Which I greatly enjoyed both of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we also got some answers here. Will Smith's Hand, Spielberg, Kenneth Branagh, and Clint Eastwood, which I thought was a good guess because he is an actor, director, and producer. All right, Matt, question number 4 of the final round. Here you go.
Here I go, reading the question as it pops up. All right. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Biggie Smalls probably couldn't picture this. Sonic and Mario would eventually come together for the first time in an Olympic-themed game centered around the Summer Olympics hosted in which city?
It's a good question.
I am looking for the city that
like
this
that.
video game was based around.
So what video game, what city was the video game based in?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's clues in this that I'm not picking up on. But I think I know the answer.
There's no clues really. You just gotta know.
Okay.
No clues for a Matt question.
I know. I just wanted to have the Biggie Smalls thing. So.
Okay, so that's not a big clue.
Nope.
Okay, it's a biggie clue.
All right, we got
it's a Smalls clue.
3 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and everyone's in. Any correct answers, Matt?
We did have 1, but they wagered 0. Tokyo, a popular wrong answer, which Tokyo was 2016?
Tokyo was just now, 2020.
It was actually much earlier. It was the Beijing Olympics.
Great question.
2008?
Yeah,
Beijing?
it was
Summer?
Mario versus Sonic at the Olympics, and it was based around the 2008 Olympics. I think it was on the Wii.
The greatest duo on screen since Perfect Strangers, probably, for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mario and Sonic.
They're rebooting that.
Oh, are they really?
No.
Oh, you must be in
they're
heaven.
All right, well, this is the last question of the game, everyone. So depending on your points, just make sure you're wagering appropriately. This is question number 5 in the final round. And here we go. In honor of my book, Being Patrick Swayze, Essential Teachings from the Master of the Mullet.
You wrote a book?
I wrote a book, releasing on 4/26, 2 weeks from today. What is the highest grossing Patrick Swayze movie of all time? Is it Red Dawn, Ghost, Dirty Dancing, or Point Break?
Oh, you end this game with a multiple choice question.
We'll see.
Interesting choice.
So, is that GIF from Roadhouse?
That GIF is from
I had
Roadhouse.
a feeling Roadhouse is a
It
fan
should be the
favorite here.
highest grossing film.
It should be. And the reason I chose this GIF, because it is our last question of the night, and he's telling a bunch of people, I think it's time for you gentlemen to leave.
Well done.
Oh.
I think it's definitely the grossest Patrick Swayze film as he rips the throat out of Marshall Teague. So
that is true. All the answers are in. Looks like we got 4 out of 6 correct. For the people who guessed Dirty Dancing, very, very good guess. But the actual answer is Ghost. Ghost was the highest grossing movie in 1990. Beat Home Alone and Pretty Woman and Dick Tracy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So
that one's not as surprising. But the other
Dick
two...
Tracy made
Did it do
money.
well?
Made a lot of money,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
It actually helped kind of start the comic book boom as far as movies. It was one of the first ones.
So we have prizes for our top 3 players today, Matt. And what's the leaderboard looking like here at the end of the game?
At the end of the game, so we'll start with 6th place. Jason Kuntz coming in with 80 points. 5th place, Tim, Pub Trivia Experience with 95. 4th place, Just Jeff, 100 points. And now we're talking the leaderboard. We have 3rd was Stranger Danger with 140 points. 2nd place, Great Minds Drink Alike, 155. And in 1st, pretty much leading from beginning to end, we have Meow or Never, 190 points. Great score.
Wonderful
Great game.
score.
Oh, remember the...
Hopefully people can hear that. I don't know if you can.
We have sound effects that don't work.
So, actual applause.
Yeah, actual applause.
Hooray.
Involuntary twitching commented, what a spectacular collapse I had after such a great comeback. Great game, guys. So thank you very much for joining us. Now, if you are Meow or Never, Great Minds Drink Alike, or Stranger Danger, please email us at trivialitypodcast@gmail.com. Tell us the name, and we will work out some prizes. You're going to have you can pick from a signed book from me. You can pick a T-shirt or any sort of item from our store, or we have some signed notebooks and stuff too, depending on the rankings here.
And if you're not one of those, you can email us at trivialitypodcast@gmail.com and just say hello.
Yeah. We like when people do
We're
that.
friendly.
We do.
And thank you to Jeff, too, for having us on the show.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I know Jeff's trying to do this. Oh, there. Thank you, Jeff, for putting the link there. I know Jeff's trying to do this every quarter. We're happy to be on the first one here at the ground level, closing out night 1 and just sort of ending the first day of many of great acts that we talked about at the beginning of the show. But yeah, Jeff, we can't thank you enough for letting us join you here tonight. Thank you to all of the players. If you are a listener, if you're not a listener, we hope that you join us every week, every Tuesday. Brand new episode just dropped today that's really good. But yeah, thank you, everyone.